Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Energy Inside Motion. Today I'm here with my guest Davina. Hello Davina. Davina is a content creator and she works primarily with BOXOUT amongst other things. How did you get into the creative industry?
I started off literally just enjoying capturing moments and memories. That's one thing that I love to do. So it just started from there. And I started from being a customer at BOXOUT. And that's where I built my skills of content creating, and I've enjoyed every step of it.
Okay. So what age did you get into creating content?
I started in 2019/2020 is when I will say I started establishing into the content creating and taking it more seriously. So
Okay.
yeah.
What advice would you have for creatives who want to get into the creative industry?
The advice I would give to anyone who wanted to join the creative industry is definitely believe in yourself, push yourself out there. There's always room for ever and anybody. Like, do not belittle yourself or feel like that you're too small to fit into any space. Push yourself out there, because what you might not see as your potential, somebody else might see it, and that is where you'll build your skills. Like, work in any little thing, put yourself out there with brands, just capturing your moments, editing, and build your audience and build your engagement and take it from there.
Did you have a mentor who sort of helped you?
When I started off with BUXLEY. So all my skills I've learned from experience, doing them myself, and guidance from BUXLEY myself. So that's mainly where I've built my skills from, is interaction with BOXOUT and then establishing from there.
Okay. What inspired you to get into the creative field? Or was there a particular person or?
It was just enjoyment. It was just something that I enjoyed doing. So I actually didn't see myself becoming a content creator at all. That's not what I went to college for or anything. I went and done sports injury and dance. So a drastic different change of field. But once I got into it, I enjoyed it and I love where it's taking me, because I'm learning so many different technically on phones and camera wise and stuff like that. So I enjoy the differentness.
Okay. How did you build your own sort of, I guess, style in content creation?
I'm a foodie. So I started off with BOXOUT, but then I branched off with restaurants. Of just literally any restaurant I would go, I would just do my little own review, and then that's where I've been picked up by a few restaurants. Oodles and Noodles in Coventry is one of them that I've worked with, and that's where I've literally just branched out as content creator in different fields. Looking to do others, but not sure what directions yet. But yeah.
So what advice would you have for creatives who want to branch out and want to scale what it is they're doing?
Oh, an advice that I will give them is pivot. Pivot, test different fields, and you will find what works for you. If you don't test it, you won't know. You literally come out your comfort zone. I always tell myself, the comfort zone, your broke zone. And the moment you step out your comfort zone, you will see potential and skills within yourself that you didn't know you have. So the moment you step out of your comfort zone, you see, oh, I've had that in me. Oh, I didn't know I was able to do that. So literally pivot.
So do you feel that working with BUXLEY and BOXOUT has helped, improve your confidence, and what impact do you feel that BOXOUT's had on the Birmingham community?
The impact that BOXOUT's had on the community is the community itself. The word community is what BOXOUT stands for. So that has impacted us drastically, because we've built a relationship with the community. Because there's so many different creators within the field, but there's not enough opportunities. So as BOXOUT, we try to provide that as much as we can. So that's mainly what we are, the community. So we are for the people are for us. What we do is for them. Without them, it would not be BOXOUT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you tell the audience some of the different things that BOXOUT do?
Oh, there's a lot. We do network events. We also do community sports day. We do stuff for the homeless. We also do for culture. We just had a Jamaican Independent Day sound clash. Our second year doing that. We also do 90s editions. We work with different creatives in the field, upcoming knowing influencers, photographers, the ones in that don't really have the platform, but we provide that as much as we can because there's a lot of talent in Birmingham, but it's just not enough space to put them or opportunities. So we try our best to do as much as we can.
Okay. So what are the main skills do you think that BOXOUT teaches people? Is it business? Is it
It's based on, I would say, what BOXOUT teaches people is what you want, is what your skills, you can have your own skills, but it's what you want to establish from it and what you want to learn.
okay?
So you might go in thinking, oh, I want to do A, and then when you go to that, B looks a bit interesting. How do I go about that? And that's where we as a team, because one thing with us, we don't work individually. We are very team-like. So everyone works together to create that space.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that. And I mean, BOXOUT was grew a lot over the
Yeah.
past number of years. Tell me a bit about BOXOUT Fest. So BOXOUT Fest just happened. What was that like?
Oh, that was quite amazing to see. 2 days weekend was so good to see that Birmingham is able to pull that off for the culture. And it was just like seeing so many beautiful people enjoying themselves. It was just immaculate. That's the best way I can put it. You just had to be there. Like literally just had to be there.
Do you feel like the importance of networking is, and how do you feel that BOXOUT, plays a role in people's networking improving?
The influence I would say with network is literally building a relationship with people. Because, for example, at BOXOUT network events, there is so many different fields there. There are so many like videographers, property management, things that's you would not think is there in Birmingham, but it's there. And the fact that we're able to provide that space for people to network with each other, build that relationship, and have fun whilst doing it. So it's a thing of a very friendly but business mind at the same time. So you can enjoy networking and speaking to other people and stuff like that. So building a relationship.
So you feel like BOXOUT really blends the two then, so business and also having an environment where people can genuinely just enjoy themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Because you can come to BOXOUT by yourself and I guarantee you will make friends.
Yeah.
You will absolutely enjoy yourself and create relationships because there's a lot of friendship that's built from out the scene itself. So that's the joy of BOXOUT.
I want to delve back into your story. So have you always lived in Birmingham yourself?
No, I'm originally from Miami. I came here 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, so not from here, but I'm here.
Well, how do you find the UK compared to America?
Oh, it's a big difference. It's a big difference, but the opportunities are there in the UK, but it's who you surround yourself with. I would say I left America like middle school, so I didn't have much experience there. Came here high school, done college and high school here, and that's where I found my skills.
Okay.
Is literally here. So yeah, it's a bit different, especially schooling as well. Schooling uniform wise is quite drastically a different change.
How do you feel Birmingham's going to evolve in the next few years?
I feel like Birmingham can evolve. However, if we can unite as a city instead of individually, we'll be able to. For example, London come together more. Birmingham, it's a dog eat dog world. I don't want you to do better than me kind of mentality. But if we really realistically look at it, there is room for everybody. we all can work together to make Birmingham a better city. And that's something that we as a city needs to come together more with, to understand that we all can eat. We're all able to have the space that's there and to utilize it. We don't have to be against each other. And that's what Birmingham needs to do a bit more, which I feel like it can happen if we want it to happen.
How would you, what would like a potential solution that you have for that?
Potential solution for that is collabs. I feel like collabs has a big impact, but the right collab. Not all collaborations has a good impact. It's just have to make sense for both parties, I would say. But collab working, networking, communicating with each other, ideas. It might not be your field either, but I'll hook you up with that person that I know. I've got connection that way. Just building that foundation of friendship, unity, that I feel like would have a major impact.
What advice would you give to creatives who want to begin collaborating with people, but maybe they're not quite sure how to?
Be confident. Believe in yourself. Literally believe in yourself. Do not hesitate. DM. Because the most you can get is a no. But at least you know, oh, I tried. Literally believe in yourself. Push yourself out there. Because that's all you can do. You won't get fed until you speak out, until you go out there and put yourself out there. It's like a clothing brand. You won't know about a clothing brand unless you market, you go out there. It's all about your marketing, and it's also about networking. Literally any opportunity you have to network.
Okay.
Network, I would definitely say that.
Yeah, networking's definitely the one. Networking's something that's helped serve me very well as well. That's what I found, because I think it's all about visibility and obviously collaboration. When you're exposed to like new audiences, like even us today, like Energy Inside Motion and BOXOUT probably have different audiences.
Yeah.
But like both audiences will probably connect more, and our audiences can increase based on the messaging.
Yeah.
What would you say creatives should do to improve their confidence?
I'm quite of a, God, that's a hard one because I'm just naturally confident. So it's literally a bit if I always said that falls back to believing yourself. It literally a thing of believing yourself so much, because if you can't believe in yourself, it's going to be quite hard for anybody to also do that. But that's one that's a bit difficult because, not to be big-headed, I'm very confident within myself. I've got quite a large personality. So that for me comes naturally. So it's kind of a bit difficult to advise in that sense from a natural confident person.
Okay.
But I'm very of a pusher. So if you're around me or I see potential, one thing with me, I like to push people when I see a potential in them. I'm very, what's the word? I get told I'm very harsh. But that's if I see the potential within you, I get very, very like onto you kind of thing, like push you so hard that you probably think, oh, you're nagging too much, you're nagging too much. But it's not that I'm nagging. It's that I see the potential that you don't see. So I'm going to be in your ears. I'm going to do this, do that, do that. Have you done this yet? Like, but it's also the mom in me at the same time. So maybe it just comes out naturally, but just push yourself more. But that's also comes down to your circle who you surround yourself with. Because if you don't surround yourself with like-minded people, you won't be able to push yourself out there.
I definitely agree. What's an obstacle that you faced in the industry, and how did you overcome that?
It's very hard as a female to come into a male-dominant industry. I would definitely say that. But it wasn't as difficult for myself as in other people that I'm aware of. It's very difficult for, especially, i.e. example, female DJ hosts, creatives, especially like female DJs and female hosts, it's very hard to be noticed because it's such a male dominant industry. But that's why BOXOUT creates and provide that Women International event that we do for International Women's International Month. So that there provides the showcase of the talent of how many different female, non-binary DJs and hosts that there's out there, that they are there to be booked. So it is quite difficult to be in such a male dominant industry, but for myself, who's quite confident, it was quite easy for me to, but not everybody's like that.
So what advice do you have for women who, I guess, maybe feel anxious or they're uncertain about
Get into the industry?
Yeah.
I would say an advice that I would give is go and speak to other DJs, ask for their experience. Also, build your own experience because someone else's story might be different to your story. Your experience might be different than somebody else's experience. But it's literally putting one foot in the field and being, yet again, around the right person that believes in you and that will push you. Because if you are around the right person, that person will be able to put you in rooms that you didn't think you was able to go into. So that's being mindful of where you place yourself and who you place yourself with. That has a major impact of where you go. But push yourself out there.
Back to what you just said about, being important where you place yourself. How important is being intentional?
Very important. I'm very mindful of who I work with, what brands I work with, and where I place myself. Not to be big-headed or anything. I'm just very observant and I'm very what's the word I can say, mindful of where I place myself. So I don't just work with any and anybody. Respectfully and humbly, I work where I feel I fit, not where they want me to fit. And if it's not for me, it's just not for me.
Okay. How do you keep focus in an industry that's so ever changing?
Oh, you gotta be ahead of the game. You're very much gotta be ahead of the game. And I'm a very ahead thinker in anything that I do. So I think ahead of what the next moment will be or what I want next or what I want to do next. So if you're not ahead of the game, you'll be stuck in the system of the now moment. You literally got to be 10 steps ahead because what you think someone else is not thinking to do, they are. It's just, you got to, what's the word? You've got to do it differently.
Okay.
To stand out. So there's a lot of different things that, for example, you can do an event, but what make your event different? Why would your event stand out in comparison to such a wide field of events that's out there? You have to be thinking about those things before doing it. So think ahead.
Okay. So from what I hear, you're a very observant person.
Yeah.
What sort of things are you observant of when you're working?
The impact of the community, the impact that I have on the community, the relationship that I build with the community is very, very important for me because I'm a very goofy, lovable person. And I've got that energy and vibe that naturally absorb to good party people kind of thing. So when I see the smiles, the laughter, the enjoyment, that brings me joy. I'm thinking, okay, I'm having an impact. Kind of, and then when I build a relationship and a friendship with them, even more of an impact.
Okay.
So it's not just business, friendship outside of that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And what things do you think makes a good event if someone wanted to get into events?
So many different things. There's so many different events, so many different brands. What makes yours different? What's your target audience? What's the purpose of your branding? All of those things come into play. Where you're trying to go with it, kind of thing. Your age, the target age, audience, all of that has a impact of why you start your branding. Because it's basically like opening a building or opening a clothing brand. Who's your audience? Who do you want to buy your clothes? Where do you want it to go? Do you see it abroad? Do you see overseas? Do you see different cities in your country? All of that you have to think in the long run. It's not just the now moment. You have to see, like I said before, 10 steps ahead of the game.
So you work with a number of different restaurants. What were your experiences like collaborating with different brands?
Quite unique, and I love it. I did Smirnoff with them. I've done Udas and Nudas restaurant. Those are my top two, I would say. My top two favorite collabs so far. Especially as a foodie, I love me a bit of food. Love me a bit of food. The Smirnoff was quite different. I did that collab actually with Beryl, who's also on BOXOUT. So we both did that collab together. And it's a good experience doing it with someone that you also work with on your team. So different, unique, and fun.
Okay.
And I did it on my birthday. Surprisingly.
But I feel like creatives struggle with, I guess, motivation, self-discipline, setting goals, setting targets. What's your specific way of like, how would you navigate that?
Planning. It starts with planning. Build your target. Set your target. If it's a 3-month target, a 6-month target, a year target, set that target and look within what you need to do to hit that target. Who you need to connect with, who you need to speak to, what advice you need, what you need to work on yourself to hit that target. So it's literally doing a self-reflect moment and understanding what is it that you want, where is it that you want to go, and how can you get there? Because you can't always get there on your own. You're going to need the support. You're going to need the mentor. You're going to need the guidance because you won't know it all. And don't ever feel that you're too big to get guidance or mentoring. Because no matter how far you are in the industry, there's always room for improvement and always room to learn.
Okay.
So don't ever feel that you're not teachable. Always remain teachable.
What ways do you self-reflect in what you do in your field?
Self-reflect, I look back at where I came from and how I came from it and the achievements that I've come through with it and who I've worked with. So that's my way of reflecting, okay, and figuring, okay, I've done this, I've learned this, I want to now do this. So that's the way I would say I do reflect, is looking back at what I've come from and what I've learned and take it from there.
Okay. How do you set goals that are achievable? I feel like people will set themselves big goals, small goals. What do you think the best way to set goals for yourself is?
No goal is too small and no goal is too big. If that's something that you want, it's always there to be done. So don't ever belittle yourself to think that a goal is too big. It might take you a time to get there, but that is fine. It's not on your timing. Sometimes what you want now, because I'm quite spiritual, it's not what God wants for you. So what you think now is for you. It's not for you now, or you might not be ready for it now. But 5 to 6 years down the line, that same goal that you've written down 2-4 years ago, it's now happening. So put pen to paper. Nothing's too big and nothing's too small. And believe in what you also want, like manifest that, believe it. If you want it and you know you're capable of it, it's yours. Like, have that mindset, it's already done, and work your way towards it.
Okay.
You have to put the work in also. You can believe, but the work also needs to match the belief.
I think self-discipline.
Yes.
I think motivation is, you're not always going to feel motivated. So I feel, me personally, self-discipline only. I don't even try to feel motivated. It's just like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Because once you do that enough, like it kicks in, and eventually you don't have to think about doing it all.
With that, you're going to have your days where you feel short, and that's okay. You have to give yourself grace. And I feel like that's what a lot of people fail to do within the field, is giving themselves grace and looking back and be like, oh, I achieved this, or well done to me, kind of. And I'm quite guilty of that. I don't like to be like, oh, I did this, well done, kind of. Like, no, I'd rather to see the impact that it has than to get that gratitude of, oh, well done, da 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 da.
Okay.
So be graceful to yourself, because you're not going to always have the motivation. You're going to sometimes feel short, and that's okay. Reset, rebuild, and go again as much time that you need to. And there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Okay. Do you feel like you have balance, or do you believe in balance, or do you feel like you should just go all in on what you're doing?
Balance, because I'm a mom. So I have to balance. So I have to find a balance between myself, my child, and my career.
Okay.
So balance always have to come in full with that, no matter what. If you go full for, and you're just going to set yourself up for a drained body, and your body would reflect on that. So find a balance, because everybody will have their 9 to 5, their gym and stuff. You have to set a routine. So it's all about balance and finding what suits you and works for you.
Okay. How does you say you're quite into your spirituality?
Yeah.
How does that impact you as a person? How does that reflect on your work?
My spiritual side, it affects my work as I treat people how I want to be treated. So what I would expect others to grace me with, I will grace them with that.
Okay.
So the same way how I would want to, oh, hi, kind of thing, welcome, that's the same grace that I give the community back, because that's exactly how I would want to be graced, especially coming for your first time to a venue or event. And so you're probably anxious, because someone who suffers with severe anxiety, new spaces really give me very much of a super, super, super anxiety. So I know that feeling of coming to somewhere and, oh, you might not feel comfortable, but providing that space and giving that.
So you'd be one like I suppose giving's an act of faith,
Yes.
and then obviously being able to actually receive it as well. Yeah,
Yes.
another act of
Yes.
faith. How do you practice gratitude? What ways do you practice gratitude?
Very
Right.
thankful. The first thing, literally be grateful, because not a lot of people are able to do what you do, no matter what field you're in. So be grateful for each day, each milestone, small, big. Absorb it, take it in, and pat yourself on the back. Literally pat yourself on the back that you've gotten it, you've gotten there, and just thank God.
Okay. Okay. So what I want to know a bit more about your actual role. So what type of content do you create for BOXOUT and restaurants that you work with?
The restaurants I work with, it's based on how I feel in the day. So it's like I'll be invited down and stuff to try then foods, and if they're launching a new menu and stuff like that. But my take on the content on the day, literally based on how I want to do it on the day. I could think of something the day before, week before, but then come on the day I want to change it up. So it's going with the flow kind of thing, or adjusting when he's adjusting and adapting to.
So when you do your content, do you edit it yourself, or what type of software do you use to edit your content?
I edit either on Instagram, CapCut, or my brother, because he's quite of a tech geek.
Okay.
So my brother, I will get to do that. But I'm trying to involve more in the editing. I like doing content creating, but editing is
Yeah.
oh my God. if I could skip that part, I would. I would.
I feel the same.
Yeah, I'll do anything but the editing part. So if I can, but I'm trying to learn more on editing on different softwares and stuff like that. So yeah.
What advice do you have for creatives in terms of how they should make content? Is there any tips that you could give?
Making it, just find what works for you. Capture your audience. Build that thing of capturing them in the first 3 seconds. Do not make it too long. Do not make you lose the engagement from the audience. Literally do what works for you, but try and capture them in the first 3 seconds. That's where that engagement will increase. Because, oh, I like that. Oh, that's caught my eyes. Colors, the vibe, the energy, that will build your interaction with your audience more.
Okay. How did you build your audience?
Mine was being me. My authentic self. Jolly, laughable, jokey, goofy. I love to dance, so that also has an impact with building my audience and building a relationship with the community as well. So that's for me.
So this has been an episode of Energy Inside Motion with my guest Davina. Davina, would you like to give the people your socials?
Yep, my Instagram is Davina, DAVINAAX _. Thank you.
Thank you very much.